So why and how long are you going to be on birth control pills before you start your IVF egg retrieval meds? Well, it depends. Specifically, it depends on your unique factors and your clinic's protocols. So let's talk about why you take birth control to begin with. Typical birth control pills contain both estrogen and progesterone. Actually, ethyl estrogen and progestin, which are the lab-made versions of their natural hormone counterparts. Now, when we add lab-made estrogen and progesterone into our bodies from the outside, it essentially tells our own endocrine systems, our hypothalamus, our pituitary gland, and our ovaries to just chill out because the hormones are already there, so there's no need for the body to do that work. This then shuts down hormonal feedback loops and stops your body from doing other hormonal things like making FSH and releasing it, which is what tells your ovaries to grow eggs, and LH, which is what tells your body to ovulate those eggs. And this all essentially shifts your ovaries into what is kind of sweetly referred to in IVF as having quiet ovaries. Cute, right? Quiet ovaries make it more likely that you will not have cysts to start your cycle with, which actually isn't always a big deal, but can be. It also gives all the follicles and eggs that are on deck in your ovaries a more likely chance to be starting around the same small size. Now this gives them the best shot at all growing together so that you can get the highest number of eggs in your IVF cycle that are mature all at once. Essentially, this is what's called decreasing the risk of a dominant follicle, which is a follicle that's ahead of the pack, takes the lead, hogs the medication, and even can ovulate early and end up leading to cycle issues and cancellations. So really, birth control pills are mostly about getting these couple benefits and starting the pill for at least 12 to 14 days prior to your IVF cycle can get the job done in most bodies. That said, some clinics are going to keep people on birth control pills for longer, either because they really want to make sure that their ovaries are very quiet, because this person has a higher risk for things like ovulating early or cycling irregularly, or simply because they just want to get a group of patients all synced up together so that they can stim and be monitored together. So when in doubt, ask your clinic what they're doing and why. Remember, knowledge makes things feel less overwhelming and way less threatening in your mind and body, which makes fabulous ripples for your entire body and your IVF outcomes, not to mention your quality of life and your mental health. And on that note, if this feels a little over your head and you want to learn more about the basics of anatomy and hormones step by step through the menstrual cycle, consider signing up for my 90-day course. There's a whole module that teaches you the basics and also is going to build from there. Or if you already understand the basics pretty well, but you want to know more nuances like the specific types of IVF stimming protocols and realistic IVF embryo and outcome expectations based on your starting follicle egg count and your age, I'd love you to sign up for my IVF Insider Course. I absolutely adore getting to turn this process that's typically really isolating, confusing, and stressful into something that feels connected, informed, and way more empowered. Again, it's going to help you feel better in real time, and it makes so very many ripples from your endocrine function to your pelvic blood flow, which all make your IVF cycle more likely to work and work well. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for pressing play on this video. Even virtually, it's always a big honor to support you and your fertility. Good luck.